Alright, so we're making a guide today on backpacks, containers. Try to make it simplified for the mass of the community. And the easiest way to do that is I'm in the bar, so I can teach you that if you press map QQ, it will take you to your hideout. And it's a whole lot easier to craft and build things in here because you can, if you want, build something at Adamans without going all the way to the south. So we're going to take a look at backpacks today. Starting out, you got, I can press the right button. Yeah, these are your three standard backpacks. So inner protection partially reduces infections from artifacts inside the containers. So the infections are pretty much any of the negatives for the most part. Some are a little different, but we'll talk about that because I believe I have one or two that has some extra negatives. But infections are your psi, radiation, biological, and thermal, and frost. But utility vest, that's essentially your speed backpack. It's the only one that gives move speed right now, unless you got the bell, which if you're watching this, you probably don't. But just in case, utility vest, pretty much your basic speed bag. Secret Valley, this is your lots and lots of carry weight. Its effectiveness is a little lower, and by a little lower, I mean it's not even 100%. Coffin, it's kind of your all around, do everything backpack. 5 slots, 110 effectiveness. Effectiveness is your pretty much everything that isn't a infection. This will affect that. So the higher the better. Same with inner protection. You really want it to be as high as possible, but depending on your build, you need either a bigger container or a better container. But essentially, speed bag, carry weight, do anything. Moving on to containers. Get your SMC, your hive, beloga, and barrel. What's a good way to do this? So starting off, these are all pretty linear on how they work. And the way I like to put it is SMC is your 4 slot, best effectiveness, best inner protection. It's your 4 slotter will give you the most benefits per artifact. And then going down the list to the hive, berloga, and then to the barrel, you essentially get more slots, but you lose that effectiveness. So the way I like to put it is your SMC is your really effective but less build variety. And moving down the list, you get to the barrel, which is more build variety, but you're going to have to throw in more what we call counter artifacts. These are all pretty linear on how they work. More slot, less effectiveness. More slot, less effective. More slots, less effective. It's pretty much that simple. Now, the real question I get asked all the time is, what do you build? What should you build? And the reality is there's no good answer. If you want to take a speed build and put it in the utility vest. Can I do this? Yeah, I can do this. Maybe. You want to take a speed build, put it in the utility vest? You absolutely can. It's only going to make you faster. But you can also put a speed build in a barrel. You can also put a speed build in a berloga. There are people that I have seen that will use 2 barrels. One for PvP and one for speed. Like, it is a thing. There is no right or wrong answer. And that's pretty much the hard truth of it. There is no right or wrong. There is no best or worse. Like, obviously, at the very top end of the game, you're going to have people who tell you you're wrong. And I've actually been told that I am wrong about a build that I was using. And that I'm an idiot and new to the game. But I would like to think that I am not very new to the game. But I understand builds. I understand how to play around certain builds. And playing around the build and you're playing around your own playstyle matters more than what someone says you should use. So I'm going to show what I use. Got this build from my old clan leader. Oops, nope, that is not the build. This is the build. Polyhedron, Raisin, Stress Vest, Spiral. I'm still upgrading it, but it's a basic speed build. I use it in my speed bag. I don't have my speed suit anymore because I switched from Frontier to Res. But this is my basic speed build. I keep the dumbbell and the atom just to get me out of sticky situations and or give me that little bit of extra carry weight to get back to base. I also keep a Golden Prima. 2 Golden Primas actually, one upgraded, one not. You can keep artifacts on you to swap in and out. I'm going to go in more in depth on artifacts in a different video. So, subscribe, keep your eye out for that. But, basic speed build. Stack speed. Try to make sure you're not in the negatives. So, like temperature, that'd be one of your infections, thermal infection. These numbers need to stay below 0.18. So, if I just throw on the dumbbell, and let's just throw that on. I'm at 0.5. Now I am taking radiation damage, but not very much because it's exactly at 0.5. That's why I got that. But the barrel, this is my PvP build at the moment. Rhyme, Curse Rose, Still Hedgehog that I'm upgrading, Viburnum, Pumpkin, and a Vanner. This is my speed build, or not my speed build, my PvP build. Not the greatest, not the worst. And this is my coffin backpack. This is I'm going to farm, and I need more carry weight. So I will pop out these and throw them in here. And I am at 0.4 or 0.49, 0.49, just under, but I still get that vitality, I still get my healing effectiveness, and I still get a good amount of bullet resist. This is my kind of farming build. So now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull up the same build, the exact same build in multiple containers. So this is the barrel container, 0.47, 0.33, and it's a spiral, Golden Primus, Stress Vest, and a scrubber. This is what I would consider a budget speed build. Got your carry weight, got your speed. Like, it's not the best, but you're also not paying for a bunch of bracelets that you really don't need in the first place. Like, that's pretty much a luxury item. Grab what you can, use what you can. If you already have something, try and figure out a way to use it instead of buying something else. That's my kind of philosophy on it. So, 97.81 healing or effective health. This doesn't matter. It is negative vitality, but it's a speed build. It's supposed to get you to where you're going, not keep you alive once you get there. Move speed 2.69, 3.64, and 23.62. So moving on. This is in the SMC. 3.48, 4.72, 30.64. Moving on to a speed bag. This is where the movement speed stacks up. 9.25, 4.13, and then 66.81. Moving over to the coffin. 3.19, 4.33, 4.13, 68.08. And then on to the hive, which is 5 slot. 3.05, 4.13, and then 26.81. So I intentionally left these slots empty to show that this is the exact same build at 110% at level 5. They are all within margins of each other. It just depends on what you want. So if you really wanted, you could stack something in particular that cannot stack in anything else in an SMC just because of the inner protection. There are builds that only will work in an SMC because of its inner protection. But in the barrel, you get 3 extra slots. So depending on what you're doing, that is your variety. And that's just my simple, quick explanation on backpacks and containers. If you need help with builds, you can always pop into my streams. Twitch, Kick, Rumble. I'm gonna try YouTube, but it's gonna be weird not streaming my music through. But pop into a stream, we'll figure something out. I'm always down to help people with builds. I am not the best player in the game. I am not gonna create the best builds in the game. However, I can help you work with what you got, and I can also give you a budget-friendly version because there are some things in the game that are really, really good. Like this 27 bullet resist, 21 explosion resist, negative bleeding. Really good. It's also really cheap right now because it is not what people consider the meta, but it's still very, very good. But that's all for now. Hope this helped. If you have any questions, feel free to pop into a stream, ask questions. I'm always down to help, and I hope this got helped.